Okay, so Aaron, let's talk closing dates. All right. When we draw up a contract to begin with, we always put in a closing date. All right.
Mhm.
And I always get these questions from buyers and a lot of times from sellers. That's the date. It's on my calendar. I've already taken that day off. What would you suggest?
So lately, I've got a lot of contracts, for example, that had November 11th on there. I know you wouldn't put November 11th on a contract, Kathy, but unfortunately, I know that everybody had their hopes of closing on that day, but it is a federal holiday for the men and women, especially who serve in the United States Armed Services. We're thankful for that, but we can't close on federal holidays, and the Federal Reserve can't move money. So the title companies are usually closed. So I call it, you're probably going to close. We're working towards that date. If the date's extremely short, you're buying with a loan, a mortgage. Usually banks need 30 to 45 days to get a loan done. If you're using a VA or FHA loan, they need a minimum of 30 to 35, sometimes 40 days. So it's an expectation. As far as the closing date, I would also take that whole day off of work if you're planning on closing on that date. I've had clients who say, well, I want to close and I only have a half hour to do it, or I have an hour and a half to do it. I need to get back to work. That's not realistic because if the closing goes smoothly, great, we're out of there in 2 hours. Yeah, maybe you need to sit around and wait for the lender to send you back something to sign because they didn't like the way your signature looked. Or we don't know what time we're going to be able to get the closing, the title company. So we're working towards it. It's an expectation, but it's not a guarantee. We don't know if we're going to have a mortgage extension or what's going to happen. So don't get necessarily married to that date, plan for it, but leave yourself some room.
Yeah, that makes sense. We've seen quite a few get pushed back and some pushed forward, right?
That
So,
is very true. That there's certain lenders we use, and sometimes those dates get to move up. I would say in November and December, have some flexibility because we're losing time due to two holidays in November and due to two holidays in December.
yeah, good point. And then later on in Illinois, we might be looking at weather issues, right?
That
So,
is correct.
yeah.